The bank's mandate is basically to promote sustainable project development and poverty alleviation. So the bank's mandate is purely based on sustainable development. In this regard, the bank has set up systems and procedures wherein we try to ensure that all projects which are supported or financed by the bank have in them ingrained sustainable development aspects. That means that we would review the environmental and social safeguards as related to a project and ensure that any environmental issues that are raised, we identify the if you like, the impacts, both negative and positive, and how these negative impacts may be mitigated. Where in situations where these impacts may not be mitigated, on the downside, it's a possibility that the bank may not go ahead to finance such a project. But by and large, the bank looks towards providing the necessary mitigation measures to these projects to ensure that whatever development we finance does not harm the people that we're trying to assist. In the last year or so, I think there's been a big drive for the bank to work with the People's Bank of China, to the extent that a special fund has been set up, which is called the Africa Growing Together Fund. This fund has put over the next 10-year horizon a total of $2 billion, which will be administered by the bank. That means the support from the Chinese government coming in through the bank there will go through the same standards and safeguards that are used in the bank's financing of projects there. In terms of going forward, I think we'll just have one phrase. We need to have a sustainable pathway for development for the people of Africa. By and large, before we embark on the project there, our project cycle includes what we call identification and preparation. At that stage, we shall interrogate the project and see what is in place or what studies are in place there. And one of the key documents that we look out for would be the environmental and social impact assessment reports there. This, by and large, tells us about the project and tells us whatever impacts the project may have on the population. Having going through this, then we see what are the mitigants, what are the mitigation measures that can be put in place to address these mitigants, to address these issues. So if we find that we cannot go ahead and have this project develop in a sustainable manner, the risk to it is that the bank will evidently not finance that project there.